Hey, I hope you're doing well. My name's Nathan. Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about looks maxing. Now, I'm not 100%, I'm not 100%, qualified, certified when it comes to looks maxing and what it is. Mainly, I'm just going to be talking about looks maxing and also just trying to look perfect, right? The truth is that you cannot look perfect. There's no such thing as looking perfect. And I guess speaking from my personal experience, when I was in high school, around year 10, so let's go when I was 15, 16, there were moments where I thought, man, I wish I looked better. I didn't think I was ugly, but I didn't think that I looked good. Now, in the present day, I don't really give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at my hair, bro. Like, my hair is not even, like, properly combed or, like, brushed or whatever, but I don't really care. Because, there's only so much you can do. Because I see, one time, I think I've talked about this before, maybe not on this channel, but one time I went to a restaurant. I went to a club. Not club as in nightclub, as in a club, as in you sit down and it's just a restaurant. I went to a restaurant, basically, okay? I went to a restaurant. And there were these, and then I saw a group of girls, they were like, if I would have guessed the age, maybe like 11 or 12. And they were all wearing makeup. There was like 3 or 4 of them. I think they had like gymnastics or something. And they were all wearing makeup. And I was just like, I was a bit confused. I was like, what's going on? It's like, you're literally 12. When I was 12, I didn't know how to fucking I didn't know how to walk I didn't know how to do anything when I was 12. Like I was just playing video games and like sniffing my own farts when I was 12. And these people, and these young girls, they have makeup on and all that. So then it makes me think that, okay, well, if they're wearing makeup, they go on TikTok and they go on social media and then they see other girls wearing makeup. But again, maybe it's just a hobby. Maybe they realize that, hey, it's not the end or be all. But at the same time, it's like, you associate wearing makeup with maturity. And women wear makeup, not fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I remember seeing that and I was just like, I was a bit confused. I was like, why are you wearing that? There's no need for that. Also, another thing that sort of pisses me off, it's just another tangent, but it's like pimple patches. Now, when I first saw the pimple patches, right? When I was first exposed to them, I was like, this is the greatest marketing of all time. This product does absolutely nothing, and the companies that are making these pimple patches are just selling you like air. It's like they're just selling you air because they're fucking pointless. That's what I thought. But it turns out, no, they actually do work. But at the same time, it's like, you have a pimple. It's completely normal to have a pimple, right? It's fine. It's like people, it just happens. It's life, right? It's life. You just get pimples naturally. But then the way I see it is like you're wearing a pimple patch to hide this burden. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. It's like, I'm gonna wear this pimple patch and because it's like society doesn't like that. People don't want that. One time my sister, she's 3 years younger than me. She had to go to school, but then she was like, oh, I got a pimple, I can't go to school. It's pretty sad. Maybe, because it's like, the reason she doesn't want to go to school because she has a pimple is probably because of what she sees online and her friends, and so maybe it's not her fault necessarily. But it's like, man, I remember I had like a massive pimple on my nose. Like I had a pimple and there was like fucking pus at the tip. And I was just walking around and people were looking at it like, 'cause dude, it's a huge fucking pimple right here. So people were looking at it. And people were like, dude, you need to pop that. Like, what are you doing? Right. But then I didn't really care. I was like, dude, I have a pimple, man. Okay? This shit happens. Okay? Shit happens. Right? It's fine. So again, maybe pimple patches actually work. Maybe. But, dude, it's fine. Okay? It's fine. You have a pimple. Let's move on. There's other things to worry about in life. That's just the way I see it. And as a guy, you know, and what I was gonna say is that there's only so much you can control, right? Like I understand, oh yeah, you can brush your hair, you can clean your hair, you can groom yourself, fair enough. You can wear lip balm, make sure your lips are moisturized, you know, you can wear sunscreen. Okay, I understand that. And look, those are good things, right? If you want to do skincare, that's fine. I remember skincare was like, fucking everyone was talking about skincare. Like if you go back a year ago or whatever, there was a period of time where everyone was like, yeah, this is my skincare routine, this is my skin. And that's like fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is that there's only so much you can control. And a lot of it you can't control. If you wake up in the morning and you get a pimple, you get a pimple. There's only so much you can control. You can't wake up and you can minimize getting the pimple, sure. You know, you could, you know, apply moisturizer every morning and do la-da-da-da-da. You can minimize your chances of getting a pimple, but one day you're gonna wake up and you're just gonna get pimples on your face. And you have to realize it's fine. You aren't gonna walk outside and then all your neighbors are like, oh my God, Nathan's got a fucking pimple. Call the fucking police right now. Like, they're not gonna do that. It's fine, okay? Like right now, I've realized that, like when I wake up, like I'll wake up in the morning, I'll take a shower and then I'll go to work. And most of the time I'm in a rush, which is, you know, great. You know? I feel like everyone my age just rushes now. We'll always leave last minute and do all of that. But I looked in the mirror and then I looked at my hair and my hair was like, it looked a bit off, but I was like, no one fucking cares. Like this is what I tell myself. I look in the mirror, I say, no one cares, we're all gonna die. This doesn't matter. And then I just walk outside and it's like, fine. Life is too short to be worrying about your hair. Oh, my eyelash. Oh no, my eyebrows are like slightly off. Oh my God, my lips. Dude, it's fine. Calm your farm, okay? Calm your fucking farm. People, if you're so worried about your looks, you're just less happy. It's as simple as that. You worry about your looks more, you're less happy. It's as simple as that. But here's the thing. There are things that you can do to make yourself look better that are fine. Going to the gym. That is probably the one thing that you will look better, you'll build muscle, you'll feel stronger, you will look better in the long term, right? Going to the gym, because you can control that. You can control going to the gym. Holy shit. Hey! Bro, what? There we go. You can control going to the gym. That is something you can control, right? You can wake up and decide, am I going to go to the gym or am I not going to go to the gym? If you go to the gym, you decide what exercises you do, you decide how many sets you're going to do, you decide how many reps you're going to do. That is something you can control. Again, if you wake up, you walk outside and the wind blows all your hair, you can't control that. It's fine. And as a guy, you know, the normal like stereotype is like, or stigma is like, guys just care about their looks less. And I'd probably agree, yeah, that's probably correct. Dude, if I was born a girl, I couldn't bear it. You know, it's like, dude, you gotta worry about your hair, you gotta worry about your eyelashes and your, man, it's just, man, fuck all that shit, boy. Fuck all that shit, boy. We ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, boy. Sack that, bruv. Take that shit, boy. But yeah, I don't know. How long is the video? It's like 6 minutes long. But yeah, anyway, that's the main point. The main point is that there's certain elements that you just can't control. I was born and I look like this. Let me just say this. People say I look like Elon Musk. And like, am I offended by that? No, I'm not offended. I actually used it as like a joke. I was just like, oh yeah, I look like. I remember like, while I was at work, someone came up to me. I was like helping them out with stuff, and then they were just like, hey, you look like, you look like? I'm like, yeah, Elon Musk, because fucking like 10 other people have said that to me before. And then I was like, yeah, I look like Elon Musk, and he's like, yeah, you do. And again, I just smile, I laugh it off. I don't take it as an insult. Again, and I was born at this height. I'm probably not gonna grow anymore. I was born with this, I was born with this pecker. I was born with this pecker. I was born with this face. I was born with, my hair molecules fold in that way. We don't need to change everything, bruh. We don't need to change everything. Let's just accept that this is what I look like. Let's accept it. And let's just control what I can control. Yes, okay, yes, I probably need a haircut. I'm keep it a buck, probably need a haircut. Like, I probably, I could comb my hair. I used to use moisturiser every day. I've been slacking. I've been like forgetting about it. I can do that. But there are certain elements where it's just like, just accept that it's fine. Okay? It's fine. Everything's gonna work out. It's fine. No one cares, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to look perfect. If you look perfect, because I don't like people. Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Dude, if you look too perfect, like if I see a girl and she looks perfect, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I don't want that. I need a little bit of imperfection to know that you're human. You look AI, you look fake. You know what I'm saying? You look like a Barbie, which is like, girls would love to look like a Barbie, but nah, you're too perfect. You're too symmetrical. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust that. I don't trust this fucking camera because it's gonna keep fucking. Yes, sir. Alright, I feel like I'm yapping. I feel like I've reached the point of diminishing return where the information I'm giving is not as useful. I'm gonna keep making these videos because, again, we're all gonna die. And I wanna make these videos. I see other people make these videos. I feel like hopefully someone watches this one day and they might learn something and then boom. Then I've helped someone. I've made someone change their perspective. Anyway, it's been your boy Nathan, man. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.